What's going on YouTube? This is RyanREAX. I've been pumping out a lot of content. Just haven't really been doing much else. I'm just trying to I don't know, get my videos out there, you know, for people to like maybe learn some stuff. So today's topic is going to be about phony people. And there's so many phony people out there in the world, and it's pretty despicable and disgusting. So this is just catered towards the ones who aren't phony, which you probably are phony. And if you're telling me or telling people in the comments or telling yourself that, you're lying. Now, it sounds kind of harsh and cruel, but the reality is I'm phony too. So, you know, that's just how it is. Like, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being phony. You know, I'm just prefacing it by saying that up front. That way you can't say, well, who are you to judge, you know, this and that. Because I'm admitting to it, you know, in a lot of ways. A lot of my choices in my past and stuff just, you know, made me out to be a hypocrite. You know, my diet, my training, just a lot of things. There were lots of times in my life where I wasn't a hypocrite though, where I was practicing what I preach, where I was avoiding certain things. But in other sectors of my life, I was doing the same things I was telling people not to do. Whether it comes to, or whether it came to women, sinful nature, stuff like that. So I'm just prefacing this video by just saying that I'm not perfect. I have many problems. I have many issues. And it's hard because that's for another video, but, you know, subjectivity, or what you subject yourself to, or what is subjected, or perception and how we feel about things. So it's like my right might be your wrong and vice versa, but I don't believe that. I believe that there are universal truths out there and there are universal lies, and most people fall into the category of being a liar. So that's what this video is about, the phony people. So it just kind of circles back. Oh, I know that was a mouthful, but pretty much I'm just so tired of the world. See, what got me into freelancing was me being sick of all the phoniness. I was tired of clocking in places, and then the people were like, you know, you have to say this, you have to wear that, you have to be this, you have to put on this representation in order to basically get the customer's money. And I was sick of that. I was so tired of being the one that had to cater to that, you know, with pretty much lacking the risk or the chance of getting fired. Whenever I worked at Planet Fitness, there was this woman who came in who, you could tell at one point she was severely overweight, like severely, like past the point of obesity. But she lost a lot of the weight. So when she came in to talk to me, she was like, how do I get rid of this loose skin? And I'm like, you want the truth? She was like, yeah, I want the truth. Okay. Well, there's no exercise that you can do to get rid of this loose skin. You have to get it chopped off. And I really want like hedge clippers. I was like, you gotta get it chopped off. She was so mad. She ran to my boss. My boss had to beg her to not call corporate, because the boss would have gotten in trouble and I would have gotten in trouble. And my boss liked me, liked my work ethic and how I was so dedicated towards fitness and helping people, that he knew I was right. But, you know, in corporate America or corporate world, the customer's always right. And if you offend somebody, offend a crybaby snowflake, that's what they do. They want to run. People do things. Like, I remember watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and it's an old movie, Johnny Depp. So that's for another story. So come on, give me some. There we go. Basically, he was in the hotel in Vegas, and he was just tripping out of his mind. And he was talking to the other guy, the partner he was with. He was like, basically, don't answer the door, don't make me do things. You know, because in his mind at that point in time, let me brighten myself up, honestly. There we go, I like this exposure a little better. Sorry for the darkness, and I don't just mean my skin, I mean the ambient. That was a little racist joke, but no, I can be racist toward myself. And he was like, don't make me do things. So it's like that, like humans make or influence other people to do things. You wanna eat this? Cause I'm doing a video right now.
But there's like, well, I want to love, and there's like green stuff on the apple.
Yeah, cause the apples turn green, they oxidate.
So there's a one green.
Alright. Here, why don't you eat this and go on the computer? you're a 4-year-old with the best setup possible, and you know you're not having fun with it. Just go sit down and watch. So, all right, so yeah, humans make other people do things. So that's living proof. I'm doing my video, and then she comes up to me, so I have to do other things to cater to her. So it was kind of cool. It's fitting. But basically, you know, if it's your own family, your own friends, or your own kids or whatever, you're going to tolerate it a little more compared to if it's a stranger or being at a place you don't even want to be at in the first place. So that's kind of how I took it when I was at the gyms, LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, and not even just those places, but I'm bringing up those places because those were my last real official jobs before doing the freelancing thing. Basically, I was just so tired of catering to others. So this woman really had to, you know, feel triggered enough to try to get me in trouble. It's not going to make you lose the loose skin getting me in trouble. I told you the truth. I even said, do you want the truth? Because a lot of people can't handle it. And then she wants to hold me accountable for it, all because she decided to get fat as heck in the first place in order for her to even come into there to ask me that question. And me saying that probably makes you think that I'm being rude even talking that way about somebody, but it is what it is. It's also to get a rise out of you to see if you're going to try to report this video to YouTube to get me shut down, because this whole cancer, I said cancer, that's another topic. This whole cancel culture thing is annoying. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the cancel culture. You know, just because somebody doesn't like something. So yeah, how does this all tie into being phony? Because it is. She could have just told me, hey, I don't appreciate you saying it to me. I don't believe you. Let's talk about it. No, just run to someone else. Run like a freaking sissy, snowflake fairy idiot. And I'm tired of it. Now, like I said, I was a hypocrite. In a lot of ways, I still am. Because in some ways, although I freelance, it's hard to say, you know. So like we all get acne, you know. Here's an acne bump right here. I could probably just break off. There we go, it's gone. But the fact is, we do get acne, and that was probably weird on camera, but I don't care. Open book. But if I'm doing a photo shoot, like, I kind of want to tell people like 2 weeks ahead of time, wash your face every day, avoid sugars, because you know I'm the one that has to do the editing. Like, your album could have been done within the first hour if I didn't have to go through every photo and remove pimples. And if I don't do that, then I'm the bad photographer or the bad artist because I left that in there. All because you decided that you didn't want to, like, at least help remove some of your acne. I understand some people just get, like, skin issues, teenagers, senior portraits, etc. But let's be real. Most people don't think about that stuff. They hide it with makeup. They know other people aren't going to call them out on it, so they just go blindly living that way with that on. And they don't understand that, you know, sugar can cause it. In fact, a lot of makeups can cause it, the breakouts. A lot of different types of soaps out there. So it's like I could be considered phony for having that thought, but not saying it. But it's also because I don't want to be rude. So, like, I get it. But I bring that up because that's just like, it just shows that, like, I'm not as bad when it comes to the phoniness as others. And it doesn't make it okay. You shouldn't be phony at all. But at the same time, too, like, certain things are just better left unsaid, I guess. But truthfully, I'm just tired of, like, this conversation here is to kind of open you up to understand what I mean. But it gets deeper than that, because I can get into the political side, the entertainment side, the education system side. But all that stuff is stuff that's not in my control. It would have to be strength in numbers in order for things to get done. The issue is a lot of people, it's hard to even trust yourself in this world. So, like, you know, you can make a pact with 10 people, but maybe only 3 of them are really on board, and like 4 of them. So there's 3 that are really on board, 4 of that 10, so that's 7 people. The other 4, it's kind of on the fence about it, and then there's some that'll just say, yeah, I'm on, and then they literally just said it just to say it because of the spotlight that's on them, the peer pressure moment that's on them to do it. And then even though 3 of people are really on board, maybe only just me does it. So those 10, like 9 other people are just not holding their weight, and it's just, why did I even ask these people, or why did I even try to get into a group with these people? And I'm at a standstill when it comes to this. So that's kind of why I freelance, because it's the lesser evil when it comes to just you know, feeling like you're self-fulfilling, being successful and stuff like that. Like, I'm just tired of it. I'm so tired of people. I mean, women, it's not just women, but I'm bringing up women because I'm straight, and I see it all the time that women only care about what they care about. Majority of it is money. You know, most people, because I don't want to single out every single person, but the majority of people have a price. You know, if I'm like, hey, will you do something for me for $1? No. $10? No. $50? No. $500? Yeah, probably. Hey, some people would do it for the 50, 500. Some people won't do it for 500, 5,000. Yes. 50,000. Yes. 500,000. Heck yes. So they're like, with money is one of the main influences of phoniness, because people act funny when it comes to money. So, you know, you could turn 10 virgins into full out whores because of money. That would otherwise have happened if they weren't influenced by money. I can't stand it. You know, we're all tempted with things, and money kind of just is it just seals the deal. So people will literally join the rat race in society just to step on people to get those promotions because they want more money. People will literally kill people for money. People will traffic people for money. And it's just despicable, because human life is worth more than money. Money is just an illusion. Money is it's a monetary system that was created by people, which I don't disagree with money, but I do disagree with the love of money, which even in the Bible it says that's the root of all evil. It's not money, it's the love of it, because most people will do things for money. You know, you have stupid OnlyFans out there, people wanting you to pay a subscription just so you can get personalized videos, supposedly, for you for subscribing. And these videos aren't just like me talking, it's like videos of people being in provocative ways, or if not full-blown nudity, for money. Or they otherwise would have done that. They wouldn't have done that if the service wasn't there, if the website wasn't built. So the people that built the website wants the money, and the people that subscribe to the website want to exchange money for a fetish of seeing somebody that they otherwise would have seen without paying. So yeah, the influence is money. So money and phoniness go hand in hand, and it's stupid. You know, you could say, well, you know, you're making YouTube videos, you want money. Number one, I already just said it's not about the money, it's about the love of it. And number two, I'm never going to monetize this channel, so all this, I'm just giving you my time and my experience based on my walk of life, without asking you for anything. No Patreon, no donations, don't subscribe, hit the thumbs down, I don't care. It's whatever to me. But if you gain some wisdom from what I'm telling you, and you stop being phony, and then you share, not even just this video, you don't have to, I don't care, but just share the message in your own way for other people to wake up and stop being like this, because I am tired of it. And deep down, I think a lot of people are tired of it, but they're caught in the middle of it, and a lot of people are afraid to speak up against it, because then the wave will shift on them in a negative spotlight. So they just ignore it, and then they just get caught up in being that way to fit in with the social norms, to keep their job, to not be frowned upon. Although in other ways they are frowned upon by certain people, because no matter what you do in life, people are just simply not going to like you. You know, cut your hair, grow your hair out, gain more muscle, don't wear DC, don't wear Brooks shoes or Nike shoes. Don't be black. Don't be white. Don't be yellow. Don't be orange, you know. It's because the it's a little bit oversaturated on the camera settings, but I like the punch, I like the pop. That's me though. That's the thing. I'm not saying like people say, well, just be yourself. But the thing is, people don't even know their own identity because they're too busy. They live so much of their life trying to cater towards other people that are trying to cater towards other people. So they're emulated off of people who are emulated off of people. So it's the puppet masters out there that are creating or helping to influence these personality types. LBGTQ, XYP, onomatopoeia, whatever, to the BLM movement, to the just other types of social justice warriors, to Antifa, to rappers or rap heads, to metal heads, people that like metal, such as me. There's so many categorizations out there. There's so many lanes that you can fall into. But the thing is, a lot of the lanes people fall into are based off of other people and what their version of success is. So it's not a realistic system, it's an illusion, just like money. So really, people are born into a world where their classification or their class, which is just a shorter version of classification, but people might not get what I mean. So what I mean is, like, some people are born into things, you know, like me literally having a white mother and like pretty much a black father, whatever. I have multiple races, but see, I see out of these eyes, right? So I could see like my computer, I could see the camera, like the microphone. This is black, you know, the hat, there's an orange hat back there and different hats. So I'm seeing through. So imagine if the entire world went blind and, you know, you just had this belief that you were white or Asian or Mexican or whatever. And then like there's no mirrors around and then your vision comes back. So despite the biological differences as far as what you see out of your eyes, as far as like maybe you're more sensitive to light, or maybe you can't see color, or maybe you're blind in one eye. The fact is, mentally, you can kind of fill in those gaps, and you know, okay, the shape of this microphone and like what it's meant for. Basically, what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter your skin color, it doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, you still see out of those same eyeballs at objects. And culture is what breeds just the way you interpret stuff based off of other people. I know that's the example, the last minute and a half, 2 minutes might not make too much sense, or maybe it does. But what I'm saying is, like, if my spirit was in a white person's body, I'm the same spirit regardless of it being in this body or an Asian person or a Mexican person's body. What is output, what I see is the same. However, based off of being programmed by people around me, remember, don't let them in, they'll make me do things. It makes it so this microphone, when you look at it, you're gonna have different memories or a different perception of the microphone, although it's the same object. Like, you know, this remote, I can control. You know, okay, this is cool. These buttons represent what color I want to have on. So basically, if a white person presses the button, it's going to make the color change just as much if a black person presses the button. It's going to be the same. It's not like if a white person presses blue, it's not going to be blue. It's going to be blue no matter who presses the button. So the only difference is the culture that you're born in and what you're taught. People aren't born racist, they are taught racism based off of an illusionary system that was already in place for us. Does that make sense now? So again, it goes back to the whole phoniness thing and everyone having a price. So if you pay someone enough money, you could pay someone enough money to be racist. You could pay someone enough money to get rid of their racial tendencies, at least on the surface. Everyone has a core. Some apples are just rotten to the core, and some aren't. The fact is, most people out there will do so many things that they wouldn't have done without the influence of being paid for it. And I think it's disgusting. So I got out of that. I quit so many jobs because I got sick of having to put on this mask. It's pun intended, because like, since I freelance, I'm never gonna put a mask on with this whole COVID thing. I don't care. I'm not going to. I'm not going to be subjected to it. Screw the system. Screw you. If you think that the mask will do anything for a virus that may or may not even exist. Oh, I know people that know. You know, what you know is that you were told something. You don't know anything. You were told something. Yeah, so this video is all over the place. If you made it this far, you're weird, honestly. And that's fine, you know, because I'm weird. But basically, I'll just go into my own personal history when it comes to it. So, a lot of people that I knew growing up were influenced by brainwash. And it was family brainwash. It's people turning against people, their own family members, for certain motives. And I'm sure you have been influenced by that. I'm sure you've been a victim of that, where people try to turn other people against you, whether it's, you know, intermediate family or friends, classmates, people at your job. Because again, I already brought up the rat race. It is what it is. So I've experienced that so much. Like, where friends try to turn me against other people, or friends, I should have quoted in the first place, try to turn other people against me. Sabotage. You know, whether it's to try to get with the girl, which, yeah, that's happened, where people would spread rumors and lies about me just so the girl wasn't interested, which is bullcrap. And all it did for me was make me become what I hate. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I was figuring out ways to sabotage other people, but what it meant is I may mislead people because out of fear of them have already done that to me, or with me assuming that they're going to do it at some point in life. And why are you throwing stuff? You don't throw things. Like, what was that for? What? Why are you throwing stuff? Don't throw things. Pick those up. Keep them. Those carrots. Basically, people try to turn people against people. And I'm going through that now with my ex-wife and how she is with our kids and family members and stuff like that. Women are conniving, just mischievous, just gross. She's been like that our entire relationship, if you want to call it that. And I've done my fair share. I cheated on her. I've done stupid stuff. I've almost cheated on every girl I was with. And I've been cheated on. So I think a lot of it has to do with, again, that fear of people doing me wrong. So if I feel like, if I have that fear that people are going to do me wrong, I feel like it justifies me to do certain things because of me wanting to get at them before they even have the chance to get at me. So that's hypocrisy, because you shouldn't fight fire with more fire, which I agree. But in the midst of everything, in the heat of the moment, I let that temptation just run through me, and I want to, because I'm filled with so much rage, anger, and pain that I feel like misery loves company in a way, and I don't want to feel alone. So other people are suffering with me, especially the ones who hurt me. If there is a way for me to teach them a lesson so they can understand the output that they caused people based on their actions, if I can make them feel extra about it, it may change them. So that's a justification in my mind for why I do that to people. because it'll hopefully get them to change their ways so they can learn to love again and to not fight fire with fire. So I'm fighting that fire with more fire to get them to extinguish themselves, so they're no longer going to want to fight the fire with fire. If that makes sense. I don't just wake up and think of ways to, like, you know, get at somebody. But if somebody does or says something towards me or towards something that I stand for and they try to tarnish that, then I will wait as long as I need to for their guard to be dropped, for me to get at them, for them to learn, so they will realize that they made a mistake or multiple mistakes, and then they regret ever being like that in the first place. So not only will they regret it so they feel bad, that way it'll put a damper into their pleasure sensors of getting over on somebody, but it'll also make them think twice of doing that again in the future. Hopefully. Even if it's temporarily, at least, you know, we only have so many seconds on this earth. So at least those seconds of them not doing it isn't seconds of them doing it. I know, tongue twister, it's a lot of stuff. I do apologize. So how does this tie in the phoniness? Because in order for me to do that, I have to put on a mask in order to make people's guards drop. But it's also because deep down, like I said before, I can't stand people. I just can't. And I'm trying to learn to stand people, but most people just let me down. It's that simple, no matter what. People try to put a damper into my plans, and the thing is see, I live my life trying to educate people. That's all I've ever tried to do. Whether it comes to photography, fitness, nutrition, and stuff like that, waking up to this matrix system we live in, I've always tried to get people to wake up. And some people have woken up to certain things, but it's more than just waking up. Oh, I know it, great. It's not about just knowing it, it's about what you do with it. And most people just retain the information, let it store in the back of their mind, and they just go about their day, go about their business. But they're not applying it to their life. Because the thing is, once you start applying it to your life, you are practicing. You don't get good at something unless you practice all the time. I didn't do a 3-hour and, you know, some odd time marathon without training. Just didn't. I didn't shoot really cool photos without practice and just understanding the fundamentals and stuff like that. Hold on. All right, a little intermission. But no, I'm really liking these long rants. I guess I'll kind of cut it short. I've said a mouthful and I can keep talking. Maybe, I don't know if I'll necessarily make a part 2 to this, but I'll just have more videos and more stories. Just do your best to put away the mask. Stand up for something. Preferably the Lord Jesus Christ I want you to stand up for, and he wants you to stand up for, because everything I'm saying just shows that the devil is really trying his hardest to just destroy people, to just cause this confusion and chaos and hate and strife and envy and rage and all this stuff. And I still have so many internal demons that I have to work through. And me talking about this, whether you listen to it or not, if you have, obviously you're here to listen. It's therapeutical for me because it at least helps me understand that I'm doing this for people to gain some type of wisdom, I guess. I mean, I could be wrong about everything I said, but I don't feel wrong. So as always, may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you. Have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.